Hello, welcome to Cherry Red Radio. I'm Iain Matthews, and I'm joined by Professor John Reid, my very esteemed colleague, and he's going to start the show by guiding us through a new box set that we're...
Yeah, thanks, Iain. Always a pleasure. In 2014, I think we did a deluxe edition of The Enemy's famous C86 cassette, which kind of put indie pop on the map, really. And that was, 11 years ago. And we've since done volumes dedicated to the intervening years. And we've just got up to 1992. So C92 has just come out. And from that, you're going to hear 4 tracks. Prove Yourself by the mighty Radiohead, the Auteurs Showgirl, Blind Mr. Jones Fading Fast, and Lazy Day by the Boo Radleys.
She work in the winter time, and I can't work anytime now. Go to libraries all the while, looking for a notice, bide my time. Showgirl, that's for life. I married a showgirl, that's for life. Stardust on my wife, took her bowling, got her high, got myself a showgirl bride, got myself a showgirl bride. Don't you recognize us? Don't you recognize us?
You just heard 4 tracks from the new C92 3 CD celebrating indie in all its guises from the year 1992. I guess Radiohead with a breakout act, and you heard Prove Yourself. The Auteurs Showgirl featuring Luke Haynes, who's still signed to Cherry Red. A Cherry Red act, Blind Mr. Jones with Fading Fast. And the Boo Radleys very much still in their shoegaze days with Lazy Day.
And I'd just like to add that Auteurs track, Showgirl, is one of my favourite all-time tracks in my top 10. Brilliant track.
Yeah, and so we're moving on to another compilation, which is a little bit different, really. It's basically themed around the songs of Prince, and it's entitled Dearly Beloved. And we'll start off by hearing a couple of tracks by 2 female artists, Jack You Off by Robyn and Paisley Park by Anne-Marie Almedal.
Take you to a movie show, sitting in the back, and I'll jack you off. I can't give you everything you want, but I can take you to a restaurant, and if you're not hungry, I'll jack you off. If your man ain't no good, come on over to my neighborhood, we can jump in the sack, and I'll jack you off. If you're tired of a masturbator, little girl, we can go on a date, and if you like, I'll jack you off. I'll jack you off. Jack you off. I'll jack you off. Jack you off. I only do it for a worthy cause. Virginity or menopause, you'll have an instant heart attack if I jack you off. If you really wanna be a star, we gotta do it in your mama's car, naked in a Cadillac. I'll jack you off. And if we can't find no place to go, girl, I'll take you to a movie show. We can sit in the back, and I'll jack you off. I'll jack you off. Jack you off. I'll jack you off. Jack you off. If you're chicken, baby, come on here. Looking good, I even let you stare. As a matter of fact, you can't jack me off. Yeah, that's right. I'll jack you off. Jack you off. I'll jack you off. Jack you off. I'll jack you off. Jack you off. I'll jack you off. Jack you off.
There is a park that is known for the face it attracts. Colorful people whose hair on one side is swept back. A smile on their faces that speaks so profound in a piece. Ask where they're going, they'll tell you nowhere. They've taken a lifetime lease on Paisley. The gal on the seesaw is laughing, for love is the color this place imparts. Admission is easy, just say you believe and come to this place in your heart. Paisley Park is in your. There is a woman who sits all alone by the pier. Her husband was naughty and caused his wife so many tears. forgive him, and life won't be so bad in Paisley. Girl on the seesaw is laughing, for love is the color this place imparts. Admission is easy, just say you believe and come to this place in your heart. Paisley Park is in your see the man cry as the city condemns where he lives. Memories die, but taxis you'll still have to give. Whoever said that elephants are stronger than mules? Come to the park and play with us, 'cause there aren't any rules in Paisley. Girl on the seesaw is laughing, for love is the color this place imparts. Admission is easy, just say you believe and come to this place in your heart. Paisley Park is in your Paisley Park is in Paisley Park is in your heart.
You just heard two tracks from a new compilation themed around the songbook of the mighty Prince, Jack You Off by Robyn and Anne-Marie Madal's Paisley Park. And Iain, I believe you're a big fan of these two tracks.
I thought they were great. You know, the Robyn track is just so amusing, and I thought twice about playing it because it's a little bit kind of what shall we say? Risque, but we like being a bit risque at Cherry Red. And I did a little bit of research on Robyn, and she's Swedish, and that was off her fourth album, but it was actually only on the UK and Australian editions, so presumably other territories felt that they didn't want to put it on there, so for whatever reason. And then Anne-Marie Almedal, Paisley Park, she's funny enough, that's another Scandinavian musician, Norwegian. She was lead vocalist in the band Velvet Belly for a few years, and since then has released 5 solo albums.
Thanks, Iain. Yeah, we're moving on to yet another various artist collection that's hit our release schedule recently. It's called The Magic Forest, and it's compiled by Richard Norris, who you may know from bands like The Grid or Psychic TV, or he's done lots of other compilations as well, and has a bit of a profile, man of immaculate taste. And a couple of years ago, he did a compilation of what we termed pastoral psychedelia and funky folk. Make of that what you will. Basically, I suppose, more relaxed, lilting tunes from the late 60s through to the mid-70s. And Deep in the Woods did very well, so we followed up, as I say, with The Magic Forest, and by 2 female singers, or groups, Sheila Macdonald, Stargazer, and Fly on Strangewings, the title track from the debut album by Jade.
she asked, what will the future bring? Mercury and Jupiter will bring you wealth and golden rings. They have climbed the hill and watched the sun go down to rest. He said, would you be my friend? I fear there's nothing left to give my lady. She said, let's follow the sun behind the hill to where it's hiding. He was a stranger to her. His father was a poet. Led her by the hand up the hill, touched the golden sunset. How do feelings die? He's afraid to know. Why does she have to lie? She'll only stay until it's time for her to go. She said, take the sun in your hands, be glad, for this is love you hold. Many's the day, many's the night. I've walked until I thought everything was right. Many's the time I've walked to town, thinking new faces will bring me up from feeling down. Fly on strange wings, you choose to hang around and muddle everything. last Monday's paper lies on the floor. Things lay antique since your last visit here before. If there is no one and you need someone, our old friends would know how to get in touch with me. Fly on strange wings. You choose to hang around and muddle everything, and all the while he's somewhere gathering layers of life without me. Fly on strange wings. You choose to hang around and muddle everything, and all the while he's somewhere gathering layers of life without me.
You just heard two tracks from the new 3 CD, The Magic Forest, subtitled More Pastoral Psychedelia and Funky Folk, 1968 to 1975, Stargazer by Shelagh Macdonald, and Fly on Strange Wings by Jade. I would add that that second track is possibly one of my Desert Island discs. Wonderful song. And on to Stackridge, a band who I guess were almost like a best kept secret in the mid-70s. They weren't out and out prog, they were quite melodic, and the main guys ended up in the Corgis. But we've been reissuing the Stackridge catalogue for the last year or so, and there's a new collection called Lost and Found, The Reunion Years, 1999 to 2015, and from that you're going to hear something about the Beatles.
Here's another song.
Why did the apple fall to the ground? Where have all the flowers gone? Who fired the shotgun when love was all around? Were we only sleeping? I don't know. But I do know something about the Beatles. Yes, I do know something about the Beatles. I looked a bit like Jesus, threw away my shoes, learned to play a three-chord tune. I was trying to get to heaven when someone brought the news. A man was sleeping on the moon. And I do know something about the Beatles. Yes, I do know something about turning on, tuning in, everyone believing in love, making the world go round. Why did the apple fall to the ground? I don't know.
That was Something About the Beatles by Stackridge, betraying their love of all things Lennon-McCartney and I guess Harrison. And now on to a related release, Iain.
Yes, so Michael Way on his L imprint puts out many interesting releases, about sort of 7 or 8 a year. And his latest one is a double album called the Hamburg Repertoire, the original classic recordings of songs recorded by the Beatles on stage in Hamburg, obviously before they broke big in 1962-63. And it's 67 tracks, and a lot of these tracks I had no idea the Beatles used to play. People like Eddie Cochran, Little Richard, Peggy Lee, all kinds of interesting people. And I spotted on there 2 tracks by the Shirelles, and I've always loved the Shirelles. So I'm now going to play Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow and Baby It's You.
It's not the way you smile that touch my heart. It's not the way you kiss that tears me apart. Whoa, many nights roll by. I sit alone at home and cry over you. What can I do? I can't help myself. 'Cause baby, it's you. Baby, it's you. You should hear what they say about you. Cheat, cheat. They say you've never been true. Well, doesn't matter what they say. I know I'm gonna love you any old way. What can I do when it's true? I don't want nobody. 'Cause baby, it's you. Baby, it's you. Whoa, many nights roll by. I sit alone at home and cry over you. What can I do? Can't help myself. 'Cause baby, it's you. Baby, it's you. Don't leave me alone. Come on home.
So that was two tracks by the Shirelles, which are on the Hamburg repertoire collection, which I mentioned earlier, which was songs that the Beatles used to play when they played in Hamburg. That was Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow and Baby It's You. And Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow got to number 1 in America, number 4 in the UK. And I read that it's actually banned at the time on certain US radio stations because it went too far. It was too suggestive. Baby It's You got to number 8 in America and was actually on the first Beatles album, Please Please Me, which came out in '63, and I bought that when I was a teenager many moons ago, and I still play that album sometimes. Brilliant. The Shirelles were an American girl group who were all at school together in a place called Paisley in New Jersey. And then I was listening to something the other day, and I came across a band called the Delines. I know maybe that's the wrong pronunciation, maybe it should be the Delines, but anyway, I'm going to call them Delines, and I'm going to play a track called Nancy and the Pensacola Pimp. Here goes.
Nancy and the Pensacola Pimp. She was 16 when she got under the thumb of him. He'd stare at her for hours and never let her leave the room. But she knew when to talk, when to keep it in, and how to sidestep when he was cruel. Nancy, the Pensacola Pimp was 6'5" and 110. Drank nothing but Orange Crush and ate powdered donuts. He'd stay up for weeks on end, making money hand over fist. He was scared of nothing, but he'd lose track of what he said and what he did. Nancy and the Pensacola Pimp. They drive around for days and nights. He never stopped talking. He told her about all the houses he owned and where he kept his money hid. But he never remembered what he said, 'cause he never once stopped talking. They get so lost on the highway, she wasn't sure they'd ever get back home again. Nancy talked him into getting married when she turned 18. He'd been up for 7 days and nights, was living on a different frequency. She had the license, he went on ranting, passing state lines days and nights until he asked if his eyes were bleeding. Nancy, Nancy. Nancy was playing solitaire and she said that she was sick. So the pimp went on a ride with Cowboy Jim and the narcoleptic. They slit his throat in Biloxi for signing over the title to his car. The narcoleptic slept and Cowboy Jim drove them to a rodeo in Utah.
Was Nancy and the Pensacola Pimp by the Delines. And as I said, I hadn't really heard about them before, but they were formed in Portland, Oregon in 2012. And that is a track from their 4th album called Mr. Luck and Mrs. Doom. That sounds like a good combination, Mr. Luck and Mrs. Doom. I'm sure Mrs. Doom is fascinating. So recently I heard on the radio a track by a band called Hope of the States, and I vaguely remember them from many moons ago. And let me play the track first. It's called Sing It Out.
The signs above my head are clear to all. An underachiever but a true believer who never had a hope in hell. I am the soldier who fought a war for nothing.
That's called Sing It Out by Hope of the States. And I just thought that was a really, really good track. And when I look back, I found they were formed in Chichester in 2000. They had 2 albums. I think they were signed to Sony. There was a big campaign to try and break them. And they did, the track I played, Sing It Out, did actually make the top 40 in June 2006, got to number 39. And I think it's been reissued, and the album's been reissued. And the band played a couple of gigs end of last year, so maybe they start recording again, who knows. And then I've always been a big fan of Marillion, and I often enjoy playing the albums I've got, and then every now and again there's a new edition. And I've got the latest edition of the reissue of This Strange Engine, deluxe edition 2024, which is 4 discs. And let's start by playing the opening track, which is called Man of 1,000 Faces.
I'm the man of 1,000 faces, a little piece of me in every part I take. I hold the tape for 1,000 races, a different point of view in every speech I make. Cut me a piece of my divided soul. Cry me a river, call it rock and roll. Give me an attitude and watch me make it live. Pass me a microphone, I need to testify. Well, I'll speak to machines with the voice of humanity. Speak to the wise with the voice of insanity. Speak to the present and the past and future tense. I'll speak to a slave with the voice of obedience. I'm a man of 1,000 ages. You see my face in the stones of the Parthenon. You hear my song in the babble of Babylon. I'm a man of 1,000 riches. Be my guest at the feast of Satyricon. You spend the money that my logo's printed on. Well, I'll speak to machines with the voice of humanity. Speak to the wise with the voice of insanity. Speak to the present and the past and future tense. I'll speak to a slave with the voice of obedience. Stole a fire, but it burned up much too soon. I took a leap and I landed on the moon. Look at my life and it looks like CNN. You see something once, you know it's gonna come around again. Well, I'll speak to machines with the voice of humanity. Speak to the wise with the voice of insanity. Speak to a woman with the fatal charm of a snake. Forgive like a giver and account for all I take. Yes, I'll speak to machines with the voice of humanity. Speak to the wise with the voice of insanity. Speak stole the fire, but it burned up much too soon. I took a leap and I landed on the moon. Voice of command, voice of a snake, voice of humanity, voice of insanity, voice of command, voice of a snake, voice of humanity, voice of insanity, voice of command, voice of obedience, thousand faces, thousand races, rhyme your river, facing the stars, stars of Parthenon.
That was Man of a Thousand Faces by Marillion, and that was taken off an album called This Strange Engine, originally released in June 1997, and the reissue of the box set is on the Idel label. And I'm now going to pass back to Professor John Reid to hear about Nectar.
Yeah, thanks, Ian. Sort of sticking with a sort of music of a progressive hue, Nectar were a unique proposition, really. They were British, but were based in and had most of their success in Germany. And we, not so long ago, acquired the rights to much of the Nectar catalogue, and our reissue programme continues in earnest, or begins in earnest, with an expanded reissue of their classic album Journey to the Centre of the Eye from 1971. Fantastic psychedelic artwork. It adds a live disc taped in Boston from 1970. But we're going to hear track 3 from the studio album. This is Countenance. That was Countenance by Nectar from their album Journey to the Centre of the Eye. And kind of sticking with the German theme, Iain. Back to you for something on by Popol Vuh.
Yeah, well, we've just done a deal to represent the Popol Vuh entire catalogue, which is 22 albums. And that's a lot of work getting through those, but we'll get them all out in some form or other, vinyl or a direct CD or box set over the next few years. And let me start by playing a track called, and I may get this pronunciation wrong, my German's not very good, Morgengruß. That was Morgengruß by Popol Vuh. And I'm just learning more about Popol Vuh. I had dinner with someone last night who was a really big fan and has most of their albums. And he was telling me a lot about them. Apparently, Popol Vuh, the name, it actually comes from a text recounting the mythology and history of the Kitsch people of Guatemala, who were one of the Mayan civilizations who inhabited the Mexican states many moons ago. And they were quite legendary in their own way. And the founder of Popol Vuh, a guy called Florian Flick, took that name and formed a kind of German music collective. Florian, who's departed now, he was the keyboardist and formed the band with a few other people. And the lineup has changed over the years. So we're very much looking forward to working the catalogue over the years. As I say, we've got 22 different albums to get out in different forms. And they were, I'm finding more and more that they were really influential with many other bands who got them as their inspiration. And they will come out on our esoteric label as we move forward the next few years. And I'm going to hand you back now to John to talk about Iain Matthews.
Yeah, so we're sticking again with the early 70s, such a fertile period in music, and one that we concentrate on with lots of our reissues. Iain Matthews, I guess, made his name initially with Fairport Convention, then had a huge, if surprise hit, with Joni Mitchell's Woodstock as Matthews Southern Comfort, which really helped to kickstart his career in the early 70s. He was signed to Vertigo as a solo artist, as well as then in due course working with the band Plainsong. We reissued Plainsong's first and only original studio album a year or so ago, and we've moved on to Ian's solo early 70s solo output for Vertigo, which includes 3 studio albums plus lots of live unreleased tracks, demos, radio sessions and so on. It's a 5 CD set entitled Through My Eyes, sensibly the Vertigo years 1970 to 74. From that new box set on our Lemon imprint, we're going to hear the title track of Ian's second Vertigo album, Tigers Will Survive.
I'll make no sale with you, John, you're the kind to hold me down. And the way I feel, I might just take a dive. Last night I had a dream, although I've known it all along. Believe me, only tigers can survive. The crowd was ready, silent, and they put me at the end. I swear I was the only one alive. And I felt I'd better tell you so you'll always be aware. Believe me, only tigers can survive. Struggled writing signs up on the wall, and he didn't even notice me arrive. 'Cause he's had a lady's loving for as long as I recall, and he knows that only tigers can survive. The crowd was ready, silent, and they put me at the end. I swear I was the only one alive. And I felt I'd better tell you so you'll always be aware. Believe me, only tigers can survive.
You just heard Tigers Will Survive by Iain Matthews, who's still, by the way, touring to this day. You think he lives in the Netherlands, but he's regularly over in the UK. If you're in the UK, try and pop along to see him. Often plays with Andy Robertson, Plainsong, and other musicians as well, and still cutting his chops. Okay, on to someone who's, again, well, I reckon would have been an influence on Iain when he started out, because Iain was like with Fairport Convention and loved 60s folk music and folk rock. And perhaps the godfather of the 60s folk scene is a chap named Davey Graham, who was a man who was certainly troubled, but at the dawn of the 60s, in terms of folk guitar, was an absolute inspiration. He made an EP with Alexis Corner, which is really seen as the start, the birthplace, year zero of the folk revival of the 60s, which includes the track Angie. In fact, we're going to hear that, so let's have a listen. This is Angie by Davey Graham with Alexis Corner. You just heard Angie by Davey Graham, featured with Alexis Corner, a track that inspired pretty much any budding folk guitarist in the 60s, among them Bert Jansch, who of course himself became a huge influence on others. Angie is featured on a mammoth box set of Davey Graham's 60s recordings entitled He Moved Through the Fair. 8 CDs in total, curated by David Suff, who, if any of you are folk collectors, will know his fledgling imprint. And this was already being made, if I remember correctly, Folk Reissue of the Year by Fruits, run by our friend Ian Anderson. So we're very proud of this box set. And hopefully we can hear more of it on Cherry Red Radio in due course. Okay, on to another 60s artist, Neil Christian. Neil had a couple of hits. He had a particularly theatrical sort of singing style, and he was produced by the likes of Mickey Dallon, whose catalogue we own, and also did record for Joe Meek. So this new package, entitled He's Got the Action, Anthology 1962 to 74, really covers all the bases of all the different recordings that he made, both stuff for the BBC, tracks we found on the T-Chest tapes, some early 70s recordings for the Pastoral label, and some foreign language tracks. From this new 2 CD set on Strawberry, you're going to hear She's Got the Action.
She's got the action. She's got the action. She's got the action. Had a little dream about a girl last night, and now I'm feeling good. She looked like a model in a magazine, just like I knew she would. Can't wait to close my eyes again. listen to me, baby, cause I'm talking to you, baby, and I'm coming just as fast as I can. I don't mean maybe when I sweet talk, baby, because I'm gonna get you if I can. I don't plan on losing you. Easy action. That's nice. Had a little dream about a girl last night, and now I'm feeling good. She looked like a model in a magazine, just like I knew she would. I can't wait to close my eyes again. She's got the action. She's got the action. She's got the action.
You just heard She's Got the Action from Neil Christian's new anthology titled, note the difference, He's Got the Action. And on to another male solo performer, Bruce Woolley, another friend of Cherry Red. Bruce Woolley has had a long and varied career. There isn't enough time to talk about all the amazing tracks he's co-written, produced, but during the early 80s he barely slept, clearly. In the 79 or 79-ish to 77 actually, through to 81, he had his own band, Bruce Woolley and the Camera Club. A few years ago, we reissued one of their albums, and it was very successful. And so for the last few years, actually, we've been working with Bruce on an expanded version or expanded anthology of all of his recordings from that period. And this new 3-CD set, entitled The Definitive Anthology, basically includes the English version of his album, English Garden, plus Polaroid, snapshots of sound, an unreleased live concert, and other recordings. An authoritative package. It's already doing very well. And from that new anthology, you can hear Clean Clean, which was one of the hits from the record.
Johnny drove the half track 'cause we could not find a Jeep. Wake me in the morning, gotta get some sleep. Driving on
Okay, from the sublime to the full. Now, Marky Smith was a long-held friend of Cherry Red, sadly no longer with us, and we're the proud custodians of so much music by these Manchester legends. Lost in Music was a cover version of Sister Sledge. Truth be told, it takes you a few seconds listening to it to realise it is indeed the Sister Sledge cover, but this track has proved very popular and has been used for what we call syncs, which is an industry term for using music in TV and film. And the latest outlet for Lost in Music by the Fool is in Alexander McQueen fashion show. It's an odd combination, I guess you had to be there. But anyway, judge for yourself. This is Lost in Music by the Fool.
Lemoni, il sur la table. Il money, sur la table. Sur the palace of access leads to the palace of access. Lemoni, sur la table. Lemoni. La table. I'm lost in music. Feel so alive. So, la table. I'm lost in music. Caught in a trap. No looking back. It's a long time now. The brick house refurbishment. I'm close in the highway. And I heard a voice say, highway leads to road and all access. I lost the music. Caught in a trap. And no looking back. I lost the music. I lost the music. I feel so alive. I quit my 10 to 5. I lost the music. I lost the music. I lost the music.
That was Lost in Music by The Fall. And if you're interested in exploring that more and owning it on CD, it's included on a recent 6 CD box set of their album The Infotainment Scan, which has got the album plus outtakes, radio sessions, and no less than 3 discs worth of live material from around 1993 when the album was originally released. Now, on to a band, in fact, that I don't believe we've worked with before, Sharks, who I suppose, well, the title implies what I was about to say. It's called Car Crash Supergroup, and Sharks were kind of like a supergroup in their own way. Undefinable, I guess pub rock would be the closest description for them. They included guitarist Chris Spedding and also a chap called Steve Parsons, who ended up enjoying some success with his next group, Snips. They were signed to Island Records for 2 albums, and we combined those on this new 3 CD set, which is on our Lemon label, subtitled The Island Records Years, 1973 to 74. And this also adds the mythical Car Crash tapes, which have never really been given a wide exposure, and also some tracks from a live bootleg as well. So from that new package, we're going to hear Kung Fu.
My baby lay in my heart TV. She's kinda dreaming what she'd like to be. She's reading comics, Chinese food. She chopped the coffee table right into Kung Fu. Just mess up my life. Kung Fu. Just a mess with my way. Kung Fu. Just messing up my life. That's what my baby just like to do. It's Kung Fu. What my baby just like to do is Kung Fu. Yakamoto, Sakamoto, Yakamoto, Kakamoto, Kaoka, Ten Kung Fu.
That was Kung Fu by Sharks from a new 3 CD set on Lemon entitled Car Crash Supergroup, the Island Records years 1973 to 74.
And John, I want to ask you a question, and I'm sure you'll get the answer right. Which was the biggest hit record that Chris Spedding played on?
Motorbiking? Solo record. You're talking about as a guest appearance.
As a band member.
As a band member? I don't know the answer.
The Wombling Song.
Of course it was, yeah.
By the Wombles. Good old Wombles.
Absolutely, yeah. I was a big fan of that back in the day. Now, Ian, I believe you wanted to chat about the anniversary of a notable Cherry Red compilation.
Yes, well, back when I was a very young man and just started Cherry Red, which would be 46 years ago, I had this idea for doing a compilation of tracks from different independent labels, which hadn't been done then, because this was back in 1978 when there was lots of new labels, sort of Factory and Mute, and obviously Cherry Red, Rough Trade, and then loads of tiny labels that just maybe had 1 or 2 releases. And we put this out, and this album did really, really well. And it had like on their UK subs, Leighton Buzzards, Outcast, Dave Goodman and Friends, The Outsiders, The Record Players, Vice Creams, The Dole, The Tights, Skunks, Thomas Lear, Robert Rental, Throbbing Gristle and Cabaret Voltaire. All kind of known at the time for being influential, original, whatever we call them, bands. And I think looking at the list there, only one band has survived, and that's UK Subs. Charlie Harper's UK Subs, CID. It's the first single on City Records. But I'm going to remember that album, which came out 46 years ago. I'm going to play the Tights, who are on Cherry Red. And this was actually the B-side of their second single, The Tights, China's Eternal.
Don't like talking, I just got to keep walking away from the real to real. Down in my shrine, I kneel up to the deeper side, down to the higher ground to wait for the fall of Rome. I don't when I'm all alone. My heart beats like liver salts, the blood in my head revolts. Jericho's back again and everyone looks the same. My heart beats like liver salts, the blood in my head revolts. Jericho's back again and everyone looks the same. China's eternal here. China's eternal here. China's eternal here. China's eternal here. Don't like talking, I just got to keep walking away from the real to real. Down in my shrine, I kneel up to the deeper side, down to the higher ground to wait for the fall of Rome. I don't when I'm all alone. China's eternal here. China
Jackie's hair to pick a dandruff for on scalp and give him pills when he's ill. Oh, he doesn't seem to realize little Jackie is now a problem child. She asked the doctor, what's wrong with him? The doctor says, oh, another teenage rebel, another spotty problem kid, another teenage rebel. Oh, take a teenage rebel away. Oh, another teenage rebel, another spotty problem kid, another teenage rebel. Oh, take a teenage rebel away. A rebel, a teenage rebel. A rebel, a teenage rebel. Churches for the godly, no. A rule for the unruled, no. A rule for the unruled, no. A rule for the unruled. We're rebels. We're teenage rebels. We're rebels. We're teenage rebels. Oh, and the teachers cannot understand why the pupils are now beyond their command. They ask the shrinks, what's wrong with us? The shrink says, oh, another teenage rebel, another spotty problem kid, another teenage rebel. Oh, take a teenage rebel. Problem kid, another teenage rebel. Oh, take a teenage rebel away.
That was The Tights, China's Eternal, taken from the Business Unusual compilation, our first compilation. And actually, I'm going to correct myself because someone sent me a social media post the other day letting me know The Tights had reformed and played in Worcester a few months ago, so The Tights are at least kind of still going. And we're going to finish off by the show today by another track off the dearly beloved 3 CD box set which John talked about, and this is the last track on the of that release, which was of course a Prince tribute, and I just thought this track was brilliant. And it's a long track, so sit down with your cup of tea or glass of wine because it's over 10 minutes. And it's by Amanda Palmer and Jarek Bishop, version of Purple Rain. And as far as I know, apart from this version on CD, before that it was only available as a digital download.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life. It means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. The afterworld. A world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night. So when you call up that shrink in Beverly Hills, you know the one. Doctor, everything will be all right. Instead of asking him how much of your time is left, ask him how much of your mind, baby. Because in this life, things are much harder than in the afterworld. In this life, you're on your own. elevator tries to break you down, go fucking crazy. Punch a higher floor. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. I only wanted to one time see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. I never wanted to be a weekend lover. I only wanted to be some kind of friend. Hey, baby, I could never steal you from another. It's such a shame our friendship had to end. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you underneath the purple rain. Honey, I know, times are changing. It's time we all reach out for something new. That means you too. You say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. I think you better close it and let me guide you to the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain.
So that was Purple Rain by Amanda Palmer and Derek Bishop. And I'm going to bid you farewell now to another edition of Cherry Red Radio, and I hope you tune in again to us very soon.